So right now our app is secure, but still anyone can look at all the parties, and sometimes we don't want this to happen. Let's say we want only public parties to be public, to everyone to see, and if they're not public, only the owner of the party can see it. And later on, maybe we can invite people to see our parties. So right now, by default, we have a package that's called auto-publish that Meteor adds to any new created app. And this auto-publish package publish all the collection we have automatically to the client. But usually in most apps we don't want to do that. We want to publish only what we want, and then from the client we need to subscribe to only the things we need. So the first thing we need to do is to remove that auto-publish package. So let's go to our command line and type meteor remove auto-publish. By the way, before I do that, if you want to see what packages do you have right now on your list, so you have two options. One is you can type meteor list, and then it will list all the packages that you have in your app and their versions. And you can also look at these packages file, and these are the versions file and all the dependencies of those packages. So now that we removed our auto-publish package, we need to write a publish methods on the server that tells Meteor what parties do we want to actually publish. So let's create a new file and call it parties.js under the server folder. And here let's define our publish method. So we're going to type meteor publish, and then we're going to name our function. So the first parameter is the name. So let's just call it parties, and then the second parameter will be the query that will be sent back to the server. So this will be inside a function, and this function will return a Mongo cursor. Now, what's important about that Mongo cursor is that this is a reactive cursor. Every time this cursor will update, Meteor will update the client. So we need to return a cursor, and a cursor is parties.find, and if we'll send it like that, it will just publish everything, and it will be exactly like the auto-publish package, because this is the only collection we have and we're publishing it. But now we don't want to publish everything, so let's just write our Mongo query in a way that will publish only the stuff we need. So we have the OR statement, and inside that we can start with an object, and this object will contain an and this thing will contain, first of all, if our party is public. So let's write public true, and we also need to make sure that public actually exists. So we have a Mongo key syntax that exists, the dollar exists. So this makes sure that our party is public, but it can be public or let's see, this goes here. Yeah. And this is OR1, and the OR2 will be the same, but this time we're going to make sure that or it's public or the owner, or we are the owner. So just let's type owner, and then we have in our publish method this .user ID will automatically be contained by the user ID that is now logging in. If there's no user, so it will be undefined. So we have owner, and we need to make sure also that owner exists on the party. So owner exists true. So this is those are our rules when to publish our parties. Now there's two sides for it. One is to publish the parties, and the second is to subscribe in the client. So to subscribe in the client, we have few ways. The short way, if you don't want to pass any parameters to this function, is just to add here a subscribe methods and send the name of the publish method that you want to subscribe to. And this will subscribe and give us all the parties according to the rules that we define. But right now we don't have any party that is public. We haven't done and added it anywhere. So let's go first of all to the parties list to see if a party. Let's add another option that will be if a party is public, and let's make this party.public and make this type of checkbox this input type checkbox. Now it will be Boolean, and let's go to our details and do the same. Just display and change that. So now let's run our app. Okay, so let's go here, run our app, and as you can see, in this client I'm not logged in, so I can't see any party because we don't have any public party. But here I have a party that Uri1 is the owner. So when I'm logged in here, I can see that. Let's create another party that I own as Uri1, but this will be public. So let's type here, make it public, and we can see it I can see it here as well. If I logged in here also as Uri, I should be able to see both parties. Exactly. Now let's log out here, and let's go here to the party that is not public and make it public. Let's change that as well to type checkbox. Run the app again. And now let's make this party oh, it's already public. This is public, and this one is public as well. Let's remove, and this is not public anymore. And now this user can see it. We're making it public, the user can see it as well. In one of our next steps, we're going to invite users to our party. So we want to publish the list of users, but we don't want to publish all their information. This will be insecure and offensive probably. So we want to decide exactly what information we're going to publish. So we're going to do the same with Meteor publish, but for the users list. So let's go again into our server. Let's add a file called users. And we're basically going to do the same. We're going to do Meteor publish, and the name of the publish method will be users, and the cursor will look like that. So we're going to return meteor.users is a predefined collection that we get with our accounts package. So we haven't defined it anywhere, but it's defined for us. And we're going to return all of our users but we're going to return only the fields that are, this is all Mongo syntax, email. We're going to return the emails of the user and their profile information. And that's it. Now we need to subscribe to this in our controller. So let's go to our party details controller, and let's add scope users, and this will be equal to Meteor collection of Meteor users. We want auto publishes, so we'll send false, and we want to subscribe to our users publish method. And now we can use that everywhere. Another thing we need to add is to publish here in case we got to the application straight to the details, like we refresh it there, we need to subscribe to our parties collection here as well. So let's do the same, subscribe and parties. Now let's make a list of our users inside our party detail. So let's go here, create a list, and on each one of those lists we're going to repeat over our users, so users in user in users. And now let's just write here the user's email address. So user.emails, just the first one in case he has a few, and the address, and that's it. Now let's see how it looks. So this is refreshed. Let's go here and we can see we have 2 users and their emails published here, the same as here. In the next steps we're going to do more with those users. I would suggest also reading more about the publish subscribe of Meteor's publish subscribe way. I placed a link at the bottom of this step here with a nice article about that.